and Ian Furness. So the Ian Furness show up in Seattle, KJR from 1 to 3 locally up there. We've got our injuries down here in Jacksonville. Trayvon Walker missed Monday Night Football. It was noticeable, his absence and the lack of pass rush. Just put Brenton Strange, our tight end, on injured reserve. You've had some key injuries in the secondary, Ian. I know some guys missed this past week. What's the outlook look like for week number 6?
Yeah, we'll find out more later today, and I hate to just give you that answer. That's a garbage answer, right? You guys are looking for more than that. But that's the reality of being on the West Coast. Our guys won't practice for another 3 hours, and then we won't hear from – we'll hear from Mike McDonald at about noon Pacific time, but they do it well here in Seattle. They do a good job of this. Mike McDonald speaks before practice, and then we find out after practice whatever his injuries are, and we don't hear from him again until Friday. So that's always a nice challenge for us covering the team. But it sounds like they might get Devin Witherspoon back. He's missed 3 of 5 games this year. He's easily their best defensive back, first-round pick out of Illinois from a couple of years ago. He's a Pro Bowler when healthy. They've missed him a lot this year. Julian Love is their Pro Bowl safety. He's missed 2 out of the 5 games, including last week. Sounds like he may not be as close, and they really struggled. Ty Okada, his replacement, he's a special teams guy at best. He's a practice squad guy for the most part and been here for a few years, but he really had his struggles the other day. Reek Woolen had a concussion, and even though he struggled at times this season, we saw the downgrade from him to Nehemiah Pritchett. It was right away, Tampa went after Pritchett. I mean, it was Woolen goes to the tent to get evaluated for a concussion. Boom. Oh, there's a little in and out. Thanks for coming to Ibuka. So, we'll find out later today, but they need to get a couple of those guys back. Woolen's concussion may not be that bad because they made it sound on Monday like he could play possibly this week, which is odd. Usually a concussion, you're out for at least a week or two, but Witherspoon's a big one. They need to get him back, and it's been a struggle. Josh Jobe's been a really nice revelation for them in the secondary, but he had his worst game as a Seahawk. They picked up Darian Kendrick from the Rams off waivers, right at the trade deadline. He's had a couple picks this year, been really good for them. He's more of a slot guy, slot corner, nickel corner. He didn't have his best game either, and so it was like a combination of things. And you kind of wonder, was it they didn't have good games because they're backups or slot guys or 5th and 6th dudes on the depth chart at corner, or is it because Tampa's offense is that good? It's probably a combination of both.
Where do you think Seattle's biggest advantage potentially will be in the matchup against the Jags on Sunday?
Quarterback. Simple. Quarterback. Your guy's not very good.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I think the whole league knows that. I'm sorry. I hate to be that guy, but I mean, I don't know. He's an odd dude, man. There's so much there you'd think, but I don't know. I think Sam's a little bit better right now, and I'm Lawrence has just got to be an enigma for you guys, isn't he? He's got to drive you guys crazy at times. He wins a big game, but boy, just as easily he could have lost that game the other day. And your defense is scary. There's no doubt. That's a big time defense. I think watching Monday night, we all watched with great anticipation up here. If you guys didn't get, Kansas City chiefed a few times on some calls, I'm still trying to figure out how that wasn't pass interference at one point. You probably win that game going away. But I think Darnold's just playing at an elite level right now. I think he's playing. And, we're tucked up here in the Northwest. I appreciate you guys calling me today. Most people think we're in Alaska. Ever since the Legion of Boom left, it's like the Seahawks are off the radar, and Darnold kind of got washed away in New York. I'm telling you guys, watching him and Baker Mayfield go toe-to-toe in the second half the other night was unreal. I think they combined for five incompletions in the second half, and they each threw about 20 passes in the second half. And one of those was the interception at the end that went off a helmet. So Darnold's playing at a high level. JSN's playing at a high level. I'll tell you, the wild card is this, honestly. Ken Walker. Seattle, Ken Walker III, the running back, has really come on lately. And there are times, though, you just kind of scratch your head because you look down at the carries at the end of the game. I kind of think this with ATN, too. Why does he not get more touches? And I kind of think that with our guy Walker, it's like feed this guy a little bit. They have this insistence on running Zach Charbonnet at times, and Charbonnet he's a jag. He's just a guy, man. He doesn't make guys miss. He's not the power back they try to portray him to be. And yet Walker has this. I mean, Ken Walker as a rookie was unreal. Been banged up, but he is healthy and he is a game breaker. And I think he runs similar to ATN. I think he's got that. He's got a little more power than people think. He's got a lot of make you miss. He's got some breakaway speed. If I'm looking at this game, I think Darnold has an advantage there, and I think which team is more committed to using their really good running back, who they seem to be sometimes reluctant to kind of rely on more. That's what I'd look at.
All right, just a quick thought before we wrap up. Elijah Arroyo, we got a lot of Miami Hurricane fans in these parts. What has he looked like in his rookie season?
He's looked good. He's another guy. Head scratcher. Get him the ball. Like it's now AJ Barner's been really good for them in the red zone, their tight end, and that's been kind of a new change of pace because Noah Fant had. Check this out. Noah Fant comes over here in the Russell Wilson trade. In his 3 years with Seattle, he had all of one red zone target in those 3 years. It was just like, what are we doing? And that's probably one of the reasons they made the move to Clint Kubiak as an offense coordinator. Arroyo, when you watch him, he has flashed, and he flashed in training camp. He's had a couple nice catches in the regular season. They just haven't used him that much, and they use two tight ends a ton. So it's kind of weird because there's a lot there. His blocking, I think, is better than they thought it would be. I think they're pretty happy with that. He'll probably be one of those guys. You know, not everyone's going to come in and, you know, be that impact rookie, you know, right off the get-go like we just talked about with the kid in Tampa or other places. But I think he's one of those guys as the season goes on, he's going to really take some steps forward. He's been really, really good for them. And again, probably another thing, right? If, you know, health was the only reason you maybe didn't get drafted higher, but boy, he's got some elite skills. There's no doubt about that.
All right. Well, hopefully our garbage quarterback can manage to somehow show up on Sunday and find the stadium. You're about to make it real personal down here in Duval. So.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey here, thanking you so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube. But before you click away, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and be sure to check out our other team-specific channels on the 1010XL network on YouTube.